that one's in good condition or not. I mean, it's very faded, but it's
a nice photo.
On the 18th of January 1983, two gunmen came to the door of his shop, and he saw them coming, closed the door, but they shot him through the door, and then came into the shop. And my mum was in the shop as well, and she saw what was happening, came running down, screaming. He was on the ground, she picked him up on the ground, and they shot him then in the head, in her arms. I mean, I think there's certain perceptions. Someone who has been affected so much by the Troubles, I suppose growing up, we really only knew two religions. 25 years from the Good Friday Agreement, from the Good Friday Agreement, Northern Ireland is a much more diverse place. And I think, it is time, in my opinion, to draw a line in the sand and move forward. It would appear that some of those in politics aren't willing to do that. It would have been very easy for me. The legacy that we have from the Troubles and the legacy we have from the Good Friday Agreement was a better place for everyone. The politics of saying no is gone.
These women here are the last of a generation that are dying away without truth and justice and without accountability. We owe it to them, and we owe it to every victim, to restore that dignity and tell the truth and provide a measure of accountability. And society needs to recognise them, not say, oh, this is all very difficult and it's not, we don't really like it, we're uncomfortable with it. Will everyone just please go away? The lessons of any society emerging from conflict is you can't sweep it onto the carpet, because you provide it to a new generation, and it reinvigorates some of the grievances that lead to further conflict. It's an imperfect piece in many regards, but you know, let's not sacrifice or make the don't make the perfect the enemy of the good, if you will, in that context. There are thousands of people that are probably spared injury and bereavement and imprisonment today because of the agreement, so I welcome it.
And if we look around on our main shopping street on a Monday morning, where is everybody? This is, apart from the COVID consequences, this is one of the legacies of the conflict. It affected the whole development of Belfast, if you like.
Young people led the way out from the violence into the
much more peaceful society we have now, a much more tolerant, inclusive society. In the past, when the violence was raging, intolerance was quite normal here, and suspicion of one group of people or of the other. That is largely gone in most of the minds of the youth. There is a great deal of marriage between Protestants and Catholics, which during the conflict was quite a dangerous thing for people living in certain areas, so it's become quite normal now. Organised religion has almost collapsed in this society, and where religion was a dividing force, the fact that it's no longer a big part of many people's lives has let a lot of tensions relax, very much so that people are no longer seeing so much people from another area as the other side, the way it was always phrased. So there's a great deal more interplay between the communities.
And although we saw a lot of effort made to reintegrate those prisoners in society and give them roles as community leaders, that was well intentioned, but a consequence of that is that many of those figures remain very important within their communities. So there wasn't a space created for recognition of those who have nothing to do with that kind of politics, who develop their communities in other ways, particularly amongst the women's sector. And they were kind of sidelined.